everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. Today we've got a two-part mission planned. First part is to pick a bunch of salal berries to try to make a batch of salal berry jam, and maybe I'll even show cooking and canning it later. And then the second part of the mission is to go bass fishing. I'm going to pick the berries first because, well, maybe I should pick the bass first. Pick the bass. No, I'm gonna pick the berries first and then go bass fishing. I'm gonna do it in that order so I'm not carrying a bunch of fish around. Bella is excited and happy to go hiking as usual. We had a solid week of rain in August. That was pretty weird. But now the sun's coming back and it's actually going to get back up to 75 degrees today. It actually got so bad here in the third week of August, people were turning on their heat. It was such strange weather for August, I'm worried about my garden a little bit. But never mind that. Let's catch some fish and pick some berries. There's a couple of different kinds of berries we're going to target today, at least a couple different kinds. First is going to be the salal berry, which I've become really interested in this year because it's an appetite suppressant and it's really abundant, and I've never explored it before. But it's really bland. So the other berry we're going to explore is the evergreen huckleberry. These are a bit tart, and the salal berries are a bit bland and mealy. But by combining the two, should be able to get a nice flavorful jam. So salal berries are difficult to pick, so you can try to roll them off like this, but see what happens. Oftentimes you don't get the actual berry. So there's a better technique for that, for picking salal berries, that I'll demonstrate in a minute. Let's grab this one blue evergreen huckleberry, but so it's just this one here. We're going to find a better spot after this. My goal is to get enough to make at least enough berries today to make at least 4 pints. Let's get back out to the road now. There was a car going by earlier. Now we can go back out to the road. Here's a better example of salal, and the best way to pick these is just to take the whole leader stem, which apparently is actually good for the plant because it'll make it grow back too next time. So we're just going to pick the whole stem for now, try to get a whole gallon bag of them, and then when we get home we'll take the berries off the stems. Pectin is super expensive all of a sudden. It's $6 for 2 packages, but these don't need pectin. These set pretty nicely without any pectin at all because they're pretty dry berries. Here's some really nice clusters of our evergreen huckleberries. They're kind of hard to pick too. The stems often come off with the berries. I've decided though, I'm just not going to worry about having stems in my jellies. It's just too hard to try to get every stem out. And this is bigger berries than usual for the evergreen huckleberry. This is a really nice plant here. So I'm just going to throw these in the same bag with my salal stems and sort it all out when I get home. I kind of roll the evergreen huckleberries off the plant, and then once I've got a handful of berries, I pick out the seeds and the stems and the green berries as best I can. Here's a third type of berry I can add to my jam, the Oregon grape. Now these are really tart. They're not good at all raw. But if I throw a few of these in some salal berry jam, then I'll have a really tangy, tasty jam. Since I've already got a whole bunch of evergreen huckleberries, I'm not going to throw too many of these in. Oregon grape. Yeah, you can eat these raw, but oh man, are they sour. So we're just making our way down to the Bass Lake, picking berries as we go. This summer's been kind of hard on the salal. Everything near the roads is turning brown and dying back. We had a really, really long dry spell. And then we had that weird long wet spell. A lot of plants have suffered. Trees and berries really suffered this year. It's been a strange year. And look at the state of this evergreen huckleberry and these little Douglas fir trees. So dry. So the salal right here next to the road isn't going to have berries on it because it just got too dry. We've gotten into some shade here and the salal berries are more abundant. So we may go home with enough salal berries after all. These are a bit of a nuisance because they don't like to come off the stem. But it is what it is. Salal is a pretty dominant ground cover in this region. I feel like the salal berry is really overlooked, but maybe because it is so bland and difficult to pick. But it's super, super rich in antioxidants. It's got more antioxidants than blueberries. It probably rivals that trendy berry, was it acai berry? Maybe even better than the acai berry, I don't know. Maybe we don't want the word to get out though. These could become trendy. The main thing people use salal for nowadays is the leaves. The brush pickers pick these to make floral arrangements out of. If you saw my videos in the spring, you saw lots of people out picking brush. This is what they were picking, the salal brush, but not the berries. We've picked berries all the way to the lake. Don't know if I have quite enough for jam, but maybe we'll do some more picking on the way out. Now it's time to catch some bass. Let's see if we can get a limit of bass out of here for our dinner tonight. Here's the lake. There goes Bella, scaring all the bass away. I've selected myself a little club from the woods so I can kill the bass quickly, assuming I catch some. Let's go around to the far side and do this. Thank you for scaring all the bass away from this side, Bella. We just scared a bass away from the shore. One day I should come here without Bella and really, really sneak up onto the shoreline. That's what you're supposed to do. Catch the bass. Oh, Bella, I wish you wouldn't do that. You already did that on the other side. There's really no hurry to get the line in the water since Bella has scared away the bass on both sides of the lake that we have access to. Thanks, Bella. I'll just slowly hook my gear up now. Now the neighborhood dogs are all wound up and feeling territorial. I really hope they don't come over here. Hopefully they just bark at each other from opposite lake shores. Yeah, there we go. It's going back. Ugh. I love this lake because it's got so many bass, but it's not the most peaceful place to fish. Never had this dog trouble here before, though. I'm honestly not sure how much of that dog barking I can even handle. It's definitely overstimulating. Oh, had a fish on for a second there. That damn dog is still just barking and barking and barking. This is kind of miserable. Oh, oh, woohoo! Well, they're in here and they're biting. I guess I'll bring earplugs the next time I come here. Wow, you are so annoying. I think yelling at it's actually making it worse. Okay, at least the bass are biting. Whoops, that's not a good cast. I honestly don't know how much more of this dog I can take. I'm gonna try going back to the other side and see if it'll get scared away or something. I can't sit here and fish with this going on. This is just too much for me. I can't tell if this dog wants to play or wants to fight. Just know I don't like this. Bella's being unusually ferocious. I just can't tell what's going on here. Oh, I wish this dog would go away because I just don't know if it's friendly or not, because this is this dog's territory. I'm going to start bringing my bear mace with me whenever I do these hikes close to home. There's just too much trouble with dogs. I literally cannot fish here with that dog continuously barking. It's overstimulating. I can't deal with it. I was hoping going around to this side of the lake would make it go away, but actually it's just come closer to us. The dog finally shut up. It's just laying there looking at us now, so maybe we can fish. Oh, did I speak too soon? Been getting some bites. There we go. Not really hooking them though. Maybe they're just too little to hook, or... I did really good here last time with like half a Senko. There we go. There we go. Got one on. Yeah! I brought a ice thing with me and a bag, and so I'm gonna put this in here on ice. See if we can catch some more. Got another one on. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's another keeper. There's another keeper. All right. It's a little bit smaller than the last one, but it's still a keeper. I think the dogs have decided to play. Good. That was a little bit iffy. The dog came running up while I had this bass on the ground hooked. Looks like they're going to be okay together. Good. They're just going to play. Yay. Let's get away from my stuff now. Whew. I'm glad that got sorted out. Yay. I'm home base. There we go, they're playing. Okay, get away from my stuff! Get away from my stuff! Oh. Yay. That's a little better. But if I'm anywhere near my stuff, then dogs are gonna be all over my stuff, so I gotta be really careful with my hooks. Oh. I'm so glad that's been sorted out. Now Bella's got someone to play with. I'm going to go down here away from my stuff a bit so it doesn't get trampled on. I still think this is the kind of play that could maybe turn into biting. It's not totally playful play. I'm not seeing a lot of play bows. I don't know. Oh, there's a play bow. Okay, okay. We're okay then. Whew. All right, back to the fishing if I can with all of this madness going on around me. I think I'm going to wait for this to settle down a little bit before I resume fishing. There's too much danger of hooking a dog here. Are you a good dog after all? Okay. I didn't know. I couldn't tell if you were a good dog or not. You sure are a persistent dog. I have no chance of catching any bass with you two scaring them all away like this. I haven't gotten a single bite since this business with the dogs started. I guess I could just pick some spearmint. Fish on. Fish on. Come on in. Woohoo! Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Measured against the fingernail polish mark on my rod. Oh! Oh shit. It got off and it's probably going to get back to the shore. I can't believe I got to keep this bass. I've never had one get off a hook that close to shore that didn't make it back into the lake and get away. I guess it's just kind of a lethargic bass. Yay, that's 3. Fishing here is a bit problematic still though with these dogs. I don't want to hook either of them. Well, they're really getting along well now. I guess it's going to be okay. And they're still scaring the bass away though, so that's not so okay. I think I'm going to give up here with 3 fish instead of trying to get my limit. These dogs are giving me a headache and they're not biting Because all the dogs keep jumping in the water and scaring all the fish away. And I've only had one bite since the dogs started playing together, and I'm just not having fun at all with all this commotion going on behind me. I think it's time to pack up and go home, and it might be a long time before I come back here, because this dog, I think, lives right here on this lake. Anyway, we got 3 fish. That's plenty for dinner tonight. Back to the salal berries. I'm going to continue picking berries all the way out. I think that dog is following us out. Hopefully it doesn't follow us out to the car. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, people need to fix their boy dogs or keep them on a leash. That's what the problem is here, I think. If this dog was fixed, I don't think it would be following us everywhere. What a nuisance. On our last walk, there was a dog that went rushing after Bella, and its owner called it off, but it was scary. It was a very aggressive dog. I've kind of had it with other people's dogs. Yeah, I'm going to start carrying my bear mace whenever I hike locally. I'll feel safer. Here's some more salal berries. So when I get home, I'll do a demonstration on boiling these down and turning them into jam. That should be fun. I don't know why I didn't see these ones on the way in. Since I have that ice pack and it's not very hot, I can keep picking for a while in spite of having some fish in my pack. You gonna follow us all the way out to the highway? I hope not. Don't want you to get run over. I got to try to convince this dog to go home. We're getting too close to the freeway now. Go home. Go home. Go home. Keep going. Go home. Go home. Hopefully that worked. Hopefully that worked. I think you got the idea. Good. Oh, that's a relief. I think we're finally rid of that damn dog. Oh. Jeez. That was just too much activity for me. I think we can walk out to the car in peace now, though. The dog really responded well to being told to go home. That was good. Here's a few more Oregon grapes we can grab. Not sure how many of these I'm going to use, though, because I've got so many huckleberries already, and huckleberries are pretty tart. Yeah, lots of Oregon grapes here. Almost enough I could make a jar of just Oregon grape jelly. That could be fun. It would take so much sugar, though. I don't know. I think people do make jellies out of Oregon grapes, but wow. They are so sour. I mean, they're more sour than rhubarb. So if you made a jelly out of it, that jelly would really just be pure sugar. Here's the amount of berries I ended up. A whole pot of salal berries and quite a few huckleberries with a few salal berries mixed in. I froze the salal berries overnight because I read that will make it easier to pluck them off the stems. And now I'm going to put all of these in the slow cooker for a while.